ladies, and welcome back to today's Bible study. We are in the book of Ecclesiastes and we are on chapter 2 today. So chapter 1 was all about setting the scene. The author, who I believe is Solomon, was setting the scene that he thinks life is just meaningless. There's just no point to anything. We are limited in this lifetime, no matter how much knowledge, wisdom, understanding, money, success, everything that we get, it's never enough. It's insatiable. We always want more of everything. We're never satisfied. And we realized that even with all the wisdom we have, it's still not enough. Like, we're never going to know everything. We're never going to be able to fix things that need fixing. There's a lot of injustice in the world that we can't control, and we're very limited. And so he's on this journey of philosophical thinking and understanding as someone with incredible knowledge and wisdom to try and figure out the meaning of life. And obviously, without God, there is no meaning. So let's get right into chapter 2 and see what we can learn from him. I said in mine heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth, therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. He's gone through looking at wisdom and knowledge and all this, and hard work, and said no meaning there. So now he's looking at pleasure and success and achievement. And so he's like, okay then, maybe my pleasure can be a source of meaning. So he's now pursuing enjoyment to see if that will satisfy his soul. Okay, so, fair enough, fair play. He's being honest. He said, look, I've tried to get it from wisdom and I haven't found it. So let me see if I just go and have a good time, whether that's enough. And now this is a very honest approach and something that I think many of us can relate to. If we think about people's journey in life, many times when they're on the search for meaning, they will go and maybe get intoxicated, or maybe just go and spend a lot of money, or maybe go and just do things that they think are fun without worrying about any consequences and things, thinking that's enough. Well, I just want to have fun. Life is about having fun. Aren't we supposed to just have fun? Right? We hear that a lot. But he said, no, this is also vanity. Very quickly, he shut that down in the same sentence. He was like, no, there's nothing there either. Because fun and enjoyment is also fleeting. Like, nothing lasts consistently long term. Everything is just for a moment and then it's over. So again, it's insatiable. You are always chasing more and the next buzz and the next thing that's fun, and constantly looking for something fun, because it's never enough. If it was enough, then you wouldn't need any more, right? So, yeah. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth it? So I even said, yeah, right, laughter is great, but again, it's short-lived. We're not laughing continuously for days and weeks and months, are we? Well, no, it's seconds to minutes, that we laugh. It comes and it goes, and it doesn't override what we know about our own mortality and the limited nature that we have in life. I sought in mine heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting mine heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was that good for the sons of men, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life. And so he indulges in material things like wine and gardens and all this fancy luxury. He really tested it out. He was like, I'm going to have a good time. And he still came to the same conclusion, that in the end, after this fun is over, you're back to square one. I made me great works, I builded me houses, I planted me vineyards, I made me gardens and orchards, and I planted trees in all of them, all kinds of fruits. I made me pools of water to water therewith the wood that bringeth forth the trees. I got me servants and maidens. I had servants born in my house. I also had possession of great and small cattle, above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasure of kings and of the provinces. I gat me men singers and women singers, and the delights of the Son of Man as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. So I was great, and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. And whatsoever mine eyes desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labour. And this was my portion of all my labour. So he described in detail of what he did to go and have a good time. He did it all. He got drunkety drunk. He made beautiful gardens. He built beautiful homes. He had amazing trees with all kind of fruit, pools of water. We'd call them like personal swimming pools now, you know, but servants, maidens, the best animals there, silver, gold, all the riches. Had people singing for him. And he's like, I achieved so much. I've achieved more than anyone else around here. Anything I wanted, I took it. It was mine. I bought it. If I, you know, Ariana Grande's got a song. If I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. That kind of thing is pointless, basically. I did it all, he says. I didn't restrict my flesh from anything. I gave it everything it could possibly crave. Because, you know, I worked hard. My heart rejoiced in all my labour. I've worked really hard. I should be able to just spend it and enjoy it. I worked hard for my money, he said. So hard for it, honey. Yeah, if you know, you know. So he worked hard and he took it all in. Okay. And then he said, then I looked on all the works my hands had wrought and all the labour that I had laboured to do it. And behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit. There was no profit under the sun. So despite all of this, more than we could ever hope to dream for in a lifetime, for the average Joe, he had it all. And even he said, yeah, I looked at everything and went, no, vanity, nothing. There is no profit. I'm not gaining anything from this. It's crazy, isn't it? That's how sometimes we look at celebrities and we think they have it all. They have got absolutely everything. Why are they so depressed? Because they are. We look at celebrities that have fallen into crazy fits of depression or ended their lives and we're like, but why? You had it all. You had it all. Because it's not enough. It's never enough. Nothing this world can give us is enough. And that is the moral of this whole book. And that's why I love it so much. And also, I just had a thought. It's not just things that he had, like right here, right now. By building homes and trees and things, that could also be reflecting the pursuit of legacy. So things that live on beyond you. He could be testing that as well. Say, does that make me happy, knowing that this is going to live on when I'm not here? And ultimately, he's like, well, no, because you're not here. And you don't really get anything from that. And so his ultimate realization is that our efforts, our labour, our hard work and everything that we do will not produce ultimate satisfaction. It will not do it. We can't. It's never enough. Okay, and I turn myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly. For what can the man do that cometh after the king? Even that which hath been already done. So he said, anyone who comes after me, they can't do any more than I've already done. He's literally done it all. No one can do more than what this man did as the king. And then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as light excelleth darkness. So he's recognized that wisdom exceeds folly and that there is an advantage to wisdom. Fair enough. We know that the wise person will still gain more than the fool will. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness, and I myself perceived also that one event happeneth to them all. Yes, wisdom brings knowledge of how unjust a lot of things in this world are and how much suffering there is that we are limited to be able to help with. So in that sense, it can be a lot weightier than someone who is a fool, but it's still better than that person who's a fool because you've got that perspective when it comes to wisdom. However, he does recognize that ultimately the same thing happens to them all. Everyone ends up in the same place. We all will come to an end. So this is not an excuse to therefore be an idiot and just making any effort in life and walking around being a fool. He's not saying that. He's saying, no, it's still better to be wise if you could be one another, even though you have more awareness of suffering and things. But ultimately, it still doesn't add meaning because we're all ending up in the same place. Then said I in my heart, as it happeneth to the fool, so it happeneth even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, that this is also vanity. For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool forever, seeing that which now is in the days to come shall all be forgotten, and how dieth the wise man as the fool. So really, no matter how we live our lives, ultimately, we are all equal at the end. The wise people pass, the fools pass, their works may be forgotten, wisdom cannot save you, and no matter how hard you work, it doesn't actually make a difference in the end. Not necessarily in this lifetime you won't have made an impact, but ultimately when the end is the end, nothing has mattered, has it? Because it's the end. Therefore, I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Wow, that's a line. That's a bold line. Now, this is a man who has everything, mind you. And he said, I hated life, because it wasn't fulfilling, it was meaningless. Yea, I hated all my labour which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after me. Yeah, I think a lot of people think like this. They think, 1 minute, why have I worked so hard when my stuff is going to be left for someone who didn't work for it? Think about someone who might have spent all their life building their home and like, I've worked so hard on this, and then someone else is just going to get it when I go? Like, it's hardly fair, is it? But that's it. That's how life works. And some people work so hard and then leave an inheritance for their children, and their children might not spend it wisely, and then the parent is like, 1 minute, what? I worked so hard for that and you're just going to blow it? Like, what was the point of that? And so yeah, these things happen, and future generations can completely destroy everything that you worked so hard for. So yeah, life, everything about it is temporary. Even the things that you say, oh, it's for future generations, there's no guarantee that the future generations will be respectful of it. So yeah. So here we are. Solomon's at this point where he not only hated life, he's now hated everything he's worked hard for. Remember, he built a massive kingdom. Most of us are not going to be building that much when we leave, but he built an entire kingdom, was worried that someone's going to just take it over and could potentially ruin it. And so yeah, he hates his life, he hates everything he's achieved in that sense as well. And his troubles did turn out to be valid, because Rehoboam was a bit of a fool. So yeah, he's in a lot of distress right now, going through this meaning of life, or not so much, even as a man who has everything. So yeah. And who knoweth whether he shall be a wise man or a fool? Yet he have rule over all my labour wherein I have laboured, and when I have showed myself wise under the sun. This is also vanity. So yeah, he's like, who knows who's going to inherit my stuff? And what if they're an idiot and they squander it and ruin it? And yeah, he's right. This happens. Therefore I went about to cause my heart to despair all of the labour which I took under the sun. Oh dear. For there is a man whose labour is in wisdom and in knowledge and in equity. Yet to a man that hath not laboured, therein shall he leave it for his portion. This is also vanity, and a great evil. So he's also saying here that someone can work hard, leaving the fruit of the labour to someone else who didn't even contribute, didn't do anything. And he's like, that's even more out of order. Like, how dare you? You didn't even do anything and you're getting all the fruits of my hard work. That's not fair. So many injustices in the world. For what hath a man of all his labour, and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he hath laboured under the sun? For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. Yea, his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is also vanity. So we're working really hard every day. Days are sad, exhausted, not sleeping well at night. And what do we really have to show for it? Think of how hard we often work, right? Think every day how hard people work. Been there, listen, like, I've had very difficult jobs before where I sometimes sleep during my lunch hour because I'm so tired, crash out, come home, and just be so drained every day. And yeah, what do you have to show for it? You're just exhausted. You're not able to enjoy the fruit of that labour. And that is reinforcing the theme that work and pleasure under the sun, everything is temporary and never enough. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labour. This also I saw, that it was from the hand of God. For who can eat, or who can hasten hereunto more than I? For God giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy, but to the sinner he giveth travail to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before God. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. And so he says, well, really, there's only one thing that brings, a little bit of enjoyment, and that's a gift from God, is the ability to eat, drink, and enjoy your work. That is a gift from God. Now that's an interesting perspective, isn't it? And he's saying there, well, the only thing that is remotely good then, in the case of this whole badness, is to make the best out of a bad situation and to eat, drink and be merry. And many people still live this way. People work hard, trying to just enjoy nice food and drink, and that's their enjoyment in life. But it doesn't give meaning. Just because you're having a good time doesn't mean your life has meaning. And so, yeah, God has given us capacity to enjoy ourselves and enjoy food and drink and to have fun and enjoy our work, hopefully. But ultimately, it's still temporary. It is genuine, but it is short-lived. And we can see this as hopefully a foreshadowing of our ultimate future and eternity with Christ, where it's going to just be great all the time. But for now, he gives us little moments that we can enjoy, but they are not what give meaning still. So there we are. The whole chapter really was dedicated to exploring how pleasures in life and enjoyment and things that you've achieved also don't provide meaning in life. And I think it's such an important thing to reflect on, because this is how many people live their lives. They work hard and try and enjoy what they work for. And while we don't judge that as a way to live, it just doesn't give meaning, right? It's the same thing. It's not the meaning of life. It's vanity. It's futile. You can live like that, but it's pointless because we're all just going to end up in the same place anyways. So yeah, his quest to try and find his meaning through pleasure he went hard. He went all in. He got drunk. He built beautiful empire, made lovely homes and gardens and pools, and had servants, and people sing for him, and he had riches and silver and gold, and anything he wanted, he got it. Anything he wanted. He didn't withhold the flesh of anything. Anything he wanted, he got it. And he said, still no point. Pointless. He does, however, say, all right, it's still better to be wise than a fool, even though, you got more knowledge and you can see more things. It's like when the people say ignorance is bliss. He's saying, actually, no, it's better that you know, even if it hurts, but it still doesn't make you any better than the fool, in the sense that we're all equalized at the end in the grave. So, yeah. And then he said, I hate my life. I hate all that I've achieved, everything I've built, because someone's going to inherit it from me, and they might not even look after it, and they didn't have to work for it. Why do they get everything that I worked for? How is that fair? And you might say, oh yeah, because of legacy. And he's like, yeah, but they might ruin everything. What's the point? Where's the legacy if they've wrecked it all? There's no guarantee. Facts. And then he got depressed about it. I went about to cause my heart to despair of all the labour. He literally got depressed. It was like, this is what did I do all this for? Someone's going to have it and it could get ruined. What was it all for? And he said, listen, at best, to make the best of a bad situation, God has at least given us enjoyment of food and drink and our work. At least we have that. I'm not saying it gives us meaning, but he's saying at least God's given us these things, and it's good to see them as a gift from God. The ability to enjoy ourselves at all is from God. He wants us to have a taste, but not be fulfilled enough, because otherwise we wouldn't search for Jesus. If we got everything we needed in this earth, we wouldn't know to look for him, and to look for him is eternity. This is what it's all about. That is the meaning of life, is through Jesus and our eternity with him, because this life under the sun has no meaning, because we don't stay here forever in the state it's in now. So yeah, so deep. I just love these kind of philosophical thinkings and ruminations, and it's just, I love this kind of stuff. And who doesn't want to talk about the meaning of life? I mean, it's the most number one discussed topic people just can't figure out, because it doesn't exist under the sun. Anyways, that's my rambling. I pray you've enjoyed this Bible study with me today. Please do leave your thoughts below. I love hearing what you think. And having an after Bible study chat in the comments is very important. It helps me reflect as well on what we read and hear other people's perspectives and stuff as well. So yeah, do drop your comment below. And remember, Jesus loves you so much. Lord willing, I'll speak to you soon. And until then, have a blessed day. Bye.